top left corner. Fundamentally, our contact screen hasn't changed in a long time, but it's getting maybe its most important piece yet, which is a little green check mark next to the name.
You hear that murmur? That's for a green check mark, and that's what we're doing. But let's talk about what that check mark means.
Good thing we didn't go with the star.
Yeah, no. Well, here's the original idea, by the way, was to go with the gold star because everyone likes getting them. Here's what we need. We need every single contact within Command to have one of those green check marks. Because once you have it, it means that your consumer is connected to you either through your site, on their computer, or through your application. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now in Command.
Now, once that check mark is filled in green, that actually means your consumer is online now. You now have the ability to know exactly when your consumer is logged into your mobile app or agent site at any time.
Yeah, and all these things are tiered and they're all coming your way, but if you're taking notes, pull it out. Step 1, get my people into Command. Step 2, make sure there's contact information. Step 3, start making sure that every one of them has a green check. And I want you to start holding people accountable. Ask them, what percentage of your people have a green check next to their name? Here's the deal. If they don't, then you've missed a giant opportunity.
Yeah, we've been layering in what we feel like are the really, really important pieces of information, right? First, it was knowing your contact's address. And last time we were meeting, there was an incredibly small amount of people that actually had an address for all the contacts in their system. Now that you're comfortable there, making sure that green check mark is involved in every single one of your contact records might be the most important thing you can make sure it's there.
Yeah, and we're going to watch all kinds of new best practices coming up. I think you're going to see teams at team meetings when someone says, I have a hot A buyer, and the first thing their team leader is going to ask, great, does it have a green check mark? That's the first question. That's how you know we're connected.
Perfect. So you're probably wondering, how do I actually get this app out into the world? And Josh talked about the fact that this is going to be available in the App Store on the 18th, maybe early morning of the 19th, depending on permissioning. We want to tell you how you can actually get this out to your people. So what you're going to see is what used to be called Sites. The applet that used to be called Sites is now called Consumer. This is where you're going to find all of the information that pertains to your consumer app, and especially the URL. Everyone is still going to have their unique agent URL, and this is where it lives, right inside of Consumer.
This is really important, right? Your URL is what you need to get into the pockets of your consumers. And there's going to be all different ways to do this. I see a lot of people taking notes right now. Start brainstorming and writing down how you're going to get your URL into their phones. If I'm running an office right now, I'm going back and I'm going right to the ALC. I have an innovation committee in it, and this is the question that the ALC needs to tackle. Because here's what I know. I know that the more Keller Williams agents that have their application in people's phones, the closer we all are to changing more lives.
Exactly. So the URL and everything related to consumer, that includes your sites, that includes the app, is going to live inside of the applet now called Consumer. Probably the biggest asset we can give you is the amazing video that you saw on the main stage, right? And our Annie and the amazing marketing team and video team who happen to be here with us today created an unbelievable piece for you guys to share. Someone mentioned on stage, Josh, I think, that there's no realtors in the video. Let's actually watch it and check it out.
Yeah. That's fantastic. And again, I just want to reset this, right? So the marketing team sits down, they'll get in the room and they say, what's the best tool that we can give our agents to get this app into the pockets of their consumers? And you have a world-class commercial. And again, it was purposeful. There's no real estate agents in it because it's your commercial for your app. Just start jotting down the different ideas. Is this what's going to be on the loop at every open house that you're going to be at? And if you're running a team, you're going to mandate? Is this what you're going to start putting out on the social media? Is this what you're going to be sending out to all your people via email? The next time you have a client event, is this what they're going to watch when they come in? We can use this thing a bunch of different ways.
Exactly, and one of the best ways to use it is going to be right from inside of campaigns. There's going to be a quick post inside of your social post setting in campaigns. You're going to be able to take 2 clicks and post this to all your social channels right from inside of Command.
Absolutely.
Another way that we've come up with to help you guys get this out into the world is we've actually helped create a smart plan just to get your app out into the world.
Let's just talk about smart plans for a second. This is off script. Let's just talk about smart plans for a second, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. They're smart. Like, this is a cool thing, right? I mean, you have the ability to go in and create automated workflows, not just for lead generation, but for every aspect of your business. The biggest miscalculation that realtors are making today within our company is they think smart plans are limited to one thing. It's gonna help me follow up. It's not. It's designed to be there to make everything that you're doing easier. Go back and sit in a room with 3 or 4 other realtors and make a list of all of the workflows that you'd like to automate. All of them. I'm not saying you're going to do that on day one, but you can certainly start. You have a library in there that's full of smart plans, and your design team is constantly making more of them. And they created one specifically for the app.
Yeah, it's called Promote My App. So along with being able to create any custom smart plan you want, starting now, you're also going to have the Promote My App smart plan. It's going to be an email and 2 text messages out to your database, sending them a link and promoting your app. Now, I don't think you're just choosing one of these things.
I don't think so either, but let's get real clear that if you want to use the automated smart plan to send out the text messages and tied to the app, you're going to need to do a little work and have a system to do that.
100%. You're going to have to integrate with Twilio. That's not what we're going to talk about today, but you can click the name drop down in the top right corner, go to your settings, go ahead and set up your Twilio integration. Any issues you have there, you always see in command the question mark in the top right corner. You can chat with our support team live. You can find all of the awesome articles from KWU right inside that question mark. So any questions you have, once you get back home, that's your home base.
Here's what I know. I know as far as the consumer is concerned, they only want a few things from us. Number 1, they want hyper-local information about residential real estate. Number 2, they want a real estate agent they can like, because the fundamental truth is people do business with people they like. All of this automation is designed to make you more human, more often with more people, but it only works if you do. We got 40, 50 million contacts in the system with 4 or 5 million smart plans going. Don't get me wrong, that number is awesome, and any other of your competitors would think that that's absolute winning. Friends, we can have 30, 40 million smart plans going. There's no reason why everyone in your system shouldn't have a monthly neighborhood nurture going out to them. At the very basic, let's send them this real estate information on a monthly basis.
Yeah, we're doing our best to help you get ahead here, right? So use the assets we have available to you, and if not, now you can customize all of them for yourself. So what you're seeing on the screen now is an email template that's going to be found in Designs. This is a way for you to send out that app link in a nice, pretty email that you can see shows up great on the mobile phone. On top of that, Designs also is going to have a whole new section called My App with tons and tons of assets available to you just to promote your application. You want to talk about the smart video?
I mean, I want to talk about the smart video, but I want to just mention, because you glossed over it. Friends, you've been asking. Let's play that smart video. These videos are totally editable. So if you go in and you don't love the numbers, you can change the numbers. And they work all over the place, right? This is curated one-to-one type content that you can send out. It's massively important. And on the email side that you just saw, we heard you. You said that you don't love emails going out from do not reply. Raise your hand if you know what I mean. I'm kidding. But thank you. But you got it now. So clap, because you should be happy. And that's awesome. Now you can send out emails from you, and then they can reply.
Well, one of the things we shouldn't miss here on the Smart Video is that these are real-time live. So the second you create it, it's information from right now. This isn't the information from last month's sales or last week's. It's right now, every time you create it, even if it's the same neighborhood over and over and over again.
Yeah, it gives you a massive advantage when it comes to geographic farming. Like the reality of it is that there's no better investment than picking a geographic area and then owning that area. And that's hitting it time and time again with the real estate information that they like. You now have a whole other medium to do it. Everybody should pick the geographical area that they want to dominate and start running these videos. And this is just the beginning of this.
100%. So we talked about the assets inside the designs. And here they are. This is what it's going to look like. You're going to be able to promote your assets right from inside of Command. One of the things we didn't get to now, there's so many new things in Command, right? We now have the ability to tie your designs directly to campaigns. There's no more downloading and uploading to get them going. It's all tied together.
And this is what happens when you build platforms instead of software.
Exactly.
The truth of it is now you got 2,000 give or take designs that are in that system. There's no better system for real estate agents to be using. Someone said to me the other day, they said, how do I know when Command is ready for me? And I think it's a great question. I think the answer is everyone's going to know at different times, but there's no real estate agent, whether you're running the biggest team in the country or you're selling 2 homes a year, that doesn't need to make a design at some point. Whether it's a flyer for a home or an open house or a social post, it does all of those things. And now you can upload PDFs that turn into editable documents. So, yeah, if you're in your marketplace and someone comes to you and says, you should be at my company because I have the best marketing, say, you know what, I'll do you better. Just hand it to me and I'll upload it into my system and make it myself. Just a thought, because here's the deal. You don't have to pay for marketing.
Kathleen's not in here, sure.
Here's the deal. Trademark. Here's the deal. What real estate agents say is that they want their lives to be easier. And I get that, right? We want to have more time. But the truth is, it isn't that you want someone else to make it for you. It's that you want to have it easily accessible and made and look great. You're now 2-3 minutes in and you can put live data and market snaps directly.
100%. And if you don't want to create your own thing from inside Command, there's almost 2,000 assets in there for you today, and they're going to be totally reorganized. So you're going to start to see a different organization inside designs about the things you want to do, right? Lead generation, your app, and all sorts of things. So how about an agent site landing page, right? Many of you have created your agent sites. Many of you still have the opportunity to go create your agent sites. Now here's a landing page to do it also.
Yeah, and look at the numbers that we just saw, just in that room, about how the consumer loves the sites. They're spending more time on it by a 10x margin. The average time on them is 8 minutes. Let me just ask, if they're not spending 8 minutes looking at real estate on your sites, do you think they're just not looking for real estate? My guess is they're spending that 8 minutes somewhere else. And my guess is wherever that someplace else is, they don't think you're their friend. Get them back to your site.
Yeah, so now let's walk through what you're seeing in the animation here is someone actually downloading the app from your agent site landing page. No matter where they download it from, let's actually take a look at what it looks like for them in the App Store. So you can see here, it's going to be just like any other app in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, and they're going to be able to go and download your app. Then they're going to actually log in. What happens next? You're going to start to see the activity your consumer's having. Remember the drawing from the beginning with the phone and the computer and everything going in a circle? That's what's going to start happening. You're going to start connecting people directly to your database, and you're going to see everything that's going on inside of their world.
The reality is, if you stood up here 10 years ago and said, hey, we got this great new way for you to know what your customers are thinking about in real time, do you want to buy it? Anyone would find a way to invest. You actually have that now. And it's not just certain keystrokes, it's that you can watch exactly what they're doing when they're and we're going to talk about collections and search and all these things. But here's the deal. If you don't know what they're doing, that doesn't mean someone else doesn't either. It's just that your competitors know what they're doing. By taking back the data and taking back the understanding, you cement your place as the fiduciary.
Exactly. And what you're watching in the animation is someone signing up for a consumer app, Josh, and it's showing up everything that's happening in command. Everything from this person actually registering on your app, them logging in or logging out, the green check mark showing that they're online, searching for houses, looking at neighborhoods. All that's being captured on the right-hand side of the activity panel of your command account. Now let's talk about collections. So when we think of collections, some of you are going to think save search, but that's not really what this is, Jason.
No, the reality of it is that people hurt properties, and people hide properties, and people want to have their own self-curated experience. And collections is about bringing people together who are involved in the home buying process.
Yeah, you know, a lot of how it happens now is two people might be looking at a house together and they sit down at the same computer, or they email properties back and forth to discuss it. Now with collections, they can just add a collaborator right to the collection. A really cool thing happens. If Jason and I were partnering on a investment property, and I added him to my collection, he would automatically be populated into my agent's command account.
That's right. Let me just say that differently. This thing can do lead generation for you while you sleep. Meaning that if you get, this has always been a problem, right? You go out and you end up selling houses, and maybe there's two people involved in the transaction, and one of them is responding to you in real time, and the other one you just don't hear from. They're going to invite them to join. They might invite you to start joining in these conversations. And before you know it, everyone is having more transparency. And any time you add transparency into a transaction, everything becomes easier.
Well, how many times, you guys in the audience, have you ended up at the end of the transaction, you've been primarily dealing with one of two buyers or sellers, and you have great information on the person you've been dealing with one-on-one, but the spouse or business partner, you may not have great information on. All of that's going to show up in your inside of your command automatically once they get added to the collection. How do they contact me? That was a good clap, though. That's good. Lead generation for free inside of command. I want my agent, I want to schedule a tour, right? So let's imagine Josh has been here, he's created a collection, everything's showing up in command, and now he wants to talk to his agent. If I remember correctly, Gary was his agent.
Yeah, great agent.
Great agent. He's been doing it for a long time. How would he do that? At the bottom of any one of these properties, there's going to be a button to schedule a tour. That's how a consumer is going to connect with you directly. Where is it going to show up, you ask? Right inside of command.
Yeah, think about this for a second. Keep in mind, there's always going to be people that are just going to call you, they're going to be texting you, but here's what I know. The more opportunities you give people to stay connected to you, to set appointments with you, the